Hello and welcome to The Big Fight, where this week we are going to have the big small state debate. Obviously, starting off with Telangana, the decision that now seems to have been taken, although when it's actually going to be implemented is, I guess, anybody's guess. But the state of Telangana and the broader question of whether the same principle and the same pattern should be repeated in other parts of the country, whether it's Gorkha land, whether it's the division of Uttar Pradesh, whether it's the creation of Vidarbha. Is in general this a good idea or a bad idea? And also, what is going to be the political ramifications and implications of all that has happened this week with Telangana and potentially with other states as well? So that's the discussion, and we have an absolutely fantastic panel from all walks of opinion, if you like, on this entire question. Let me start off in the Delhi studio by welcoming Mr. Parakal Prabhakar, who's a political analyst. He's the founder secretary of the Vishal Andhra Mahasabha. He's from Hyderabad and doesn't think that what happened was a particularly good idea with Telangana. And joining us from Hyderabad, somebody with exactly the opposite point of view, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, TRS MLA and the son of KCR, one of the people who's really been fighting for such a long time for Telangana. So great to have both of you. From the mainstream political parties, the major political party, Nalin Kohli joining us, member of the National Executive of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and we also have Sanjay Jha joining us from Mumbai, representing the Congress Party. We have Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria with us, who's the senior leader of the Bahujan Samaj Party, which has been talking about what needs to be done in Uttar Pradesh right now and why we need 4 states to come up out of, well, what's actually in population one of the largest states perhaps anyway in the world. Roshan Giri is with us, who's the General Secretary of the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha. Feels that if Telangana can be provided and can be given, why not Gorkha land? We have KG Suresh standing next to him, who would disagree vehemently with that view and say that Telangana is a case entirely by itself. I think that would sum up what you have to say. And we have M.K. Venu, Executive Editor of The Hindu, who's going to try and bring some semblance to all of our discussions and tell us what we should actually be summing up. Let's just come to Telangana first. And Prabhakar, you think it's a terrible idea? Why do you think it's a terrible idea?
It is a terrible idea because it's a perverse demand. They have been advancing 4 sets of arguments. One is an economic argument, that the region is exploited, it is underdeveloped, it is colonized. That's the kind of Maoist idiom also that you hear. And then it's culturally different, the language is different, that is the cultural argument, that's the second argument. And historically, the Telugu people of this area have never lived with the Telugu people of the other area, the coastal and the Rayalaseema areas. That is the third argument. The fourth argument is culturally we are different. In fact, they go to the extent of saying that we speak a different language altogether. These are the 4 sets of arguments, and we have comprehensively refuted point by point all the 4 sets of arguments. I will give you in a nutshell. Any data from the Planning Commission, from the National Sample Survey and the State Economic Bureau and Statistics, all the indicators, both economic, social and human development, if you take Telangana region since 1956 has registered very impressive growth and development, equal and in some sectors even better than the other 2 regions. That is the economic argument.
Can I do a point by point discussion between you so it doesn't become a long monologue? Can I just get Raman also, and maybe we can discuss each of the points. Yes, you've set the agenda for what it is, but can I just start off by, before we come to your refutal of the other points, Ram, are those the 4 arguments that you would have advanced for why Telangana needs to be created?
I'll tell you one thing very clearly up front. Mr. Prabhakar and the rest of the panel also needs to understand this argument. See, Telangana is a demand which cannot be equated with any other in the country, only because Telangana actually existed as a separate entity for about 8 years, including some other parts. It was called Hyderabad state back then. It also had some other parts which are now amalgamated with Maharashtra and Karnataka. But essentially the Telangana that you see today, the 10 districts with Hyderabad, actually existed as a separate state for a considerable amount of time, that is 8 long years. And I want to remind Mr. Prabhakar there that the Hyderabad state back then, for the 8 long years it existed, was a surplus state with a surplus budget of 63 crores. So Hyderabad state per se and Telangana region per se has always been resourceful, has always been resource rich. But the point we have always been maintaining and the point we've always made is that Telangana was neglected in the 57 years of coexistence with Andhra after we've merged into Andhra Pradesh. And I have numerous reports to show that. I have Kumar Lalit's committee report, I have Vashisht Bhargava's report, I have several other reports which actually support that. And see, the argument for Telangana can be made on multiple levels, not just on one. And if I also may remind Mr. Prabhakar out there, today the people of Telangana are in unison, including the political system here, demanding Telangana. And at the other side, from the other 13 districts of Andhra Pradesh, today what we see is a strange demand called United AP. Tali to do haath se bajti hai na, Vikram. It takes two to tango, but unfortunately, none in Telangana want to live in the United Andhra Pradesh that Mr. Prabhakar espouses. And the other 13 districts in Andhra Pradesh today want Telangana to remain forcibly in Andhra Pradesh, which is an absolute no for all of us.
Prabhakar.
That's what the separatists want us to believe, but that is completely refuted. That their claim of Telangana surplus and Telangana now neglected and underdeveloped is totally unsupported by the data. I can give you any number of indicators, and they do not come point by point to say agriculture, irrigation, roads, productivity, employment, factories, in any of these. Okay, that is one. And secondly, Ramarao says that, you know, all the people in Telangana they want a separate state, and the rest of the Andhra Pradesh, they want unified Andhra Pradesh. This is another lie which the separatists are very successful in bringing into currency in forums like this. This is a fight, or this is a dispute between separatists and integrationists. And I tell you, Vikram, separatists are there in all the three parts of the state, as well as integrationists are there in all parts of the state. Now, allow me to make one more point. In 1969, there was an agitation for a separate Telangana. That was called off after about a year or so. In 1972, there was an agitation in Rayalaseema and coastal Andhra Pradesh for a separate state.
Obviously, those have died down.
No, that's what
has continued for
no. From after 1969 till these people have come out because they did not get a berth in the Chandrababu Naidu government. For 35 long years, there was not even a single voice which raised for separate. Now, in 1969, when they fought, after that was put down in 72, just 3 years.
Okay.
When the other region has agitated for a separate state, why did, if at all, they were continuing? Why did they keep quiet and did not raise a demand for a separate state?
Okay. Ram, let me get you back in. I don't want to go too much into the history just of Telangana because I want to broaden the debate. And, you know, obviously this is a discussion, a debate we've been hearing now for a long period of time. You want to quickly give an answer to that, and then let's try and move to some of the broader questions.
Sure, Vikram. I'll just tell you one thing very simply. After the UPA has resolved, if what Mr. Parkala Prabhakar says is right, after the UPA and the CWC have resolved to form Telangana region, the 10 districts of Telangana, including Hyderabad, is erupted in joy. We've been celebrating. And the other 13 districts, there's not been a single dissenting voice in Telangana. I can guarantee you that. You can check with your colleagues here. But Mr. Prabhakar wants us to believe otherwise. And the second point I want to make is, Parkala Prabhakarji tries to make believe, or he lives in this make-believe world, where he trusts implicitly that there is no voice in Telangana from 69 till 2001 who wanted a separate state. If I may remind Mr. Prabhakar, up until 3 years ago, when he was part of a party called Prajarajyam, which was headed by Chiranjeevi, he himself has actually supported a Telangana state as well. Now, he talks of other people changing their tack.
That's not this is the kind of lies they spread.
He should come clean on his own position.
It's not true. That's the kind of lies they spread.
Did you support the Telangana state?
Not at all. Not at all. And these people accuse Prajarajyam party of not supporting separate Telangana. Now, if they go on like this, now nobody can talk. Nobody can say anything about it.
Vikram, I can give you documentary evidence.
I can give you a document. I can give you a document. And if he says, if he says,
in my chamber after this big fight, both said give me documentary evidence and I'll make a running.
Just a sec,
At some point,
no, just a sec, Vikram. Now, you see, if he says that the entire
Vikram, I'm not in the studio, so you need to give me an ample opportunity.
If he says that the entire Telangana region is for the separate Telangana state, then just about a week ago, there were panchayat elections, asked Mr. Rama Rao if his party stood first in any of the 10 districts of Telangana.
But that could be for other reasons.
No.
That could be for other
But,
reasons. Okay.
Then how do you verify your
I
claim?
want to broaden this now from this debate as to the rights and wrongs of Telangana.
I just want a quick rebuttal. In the panchayat elections, Telangana Rashtra Samiti has done exceedingly well. We stood number 1 in 3 districts in Telangana out of the 9 won. And secondly, I want to remind Mr. Prabhakar that the champions of Telangana, so-called champions, and the people who have resolved for Telangana, Congress and Telugu Desam parties, they have done exceedingly well in the Rayalaseema and coastal Andhra regions. Does that not mean that the common man of coastal Andhra and Rayalaseema is in support of Telangana?